Hey, Jason Schnitzer here with O.C Realtor Talk, and what I've got for you on this video is I'd like to explain what a refinance is. I'm sure many of you have heard people talk about that they just refinance their home, and like to shed a little more light on why somebody might do that. So in order to do that, let's talk about a home purchase. When we buy a house here in California, let's say, what's typical is we lock in an interest rate for 30 years. And that rate's fixed. So if you locked in, let's say you bought 5 years ago, a rate at 5%, that loan is going to be fully amortized over 30 years. Now, there's two, I'd say, most common types of refinances. One is interest rate only. And what that means is, let's say I bought a house in 2015. I locked my interest rate in at 5%. That's going to be paid off in 2045. Now it's 2021 and interest rates are under 3%. So what I can do is I can refinance, which means get in a whole new loan and re-lock my interest rate in at what is market rate. And why would you want to do that? Well, because rates are under 3% now, I can lock a new interest rate in that 2.5% to 3% range. My payment goes down and maybe I save $500 or $600 a month owing the same amount. I'm not taking any money out. The only thing that happens is that loan is now pushed back out for 30 more years. So depending on where you're at with your loan, and to get a little more detailed about how loans work is, when I say fully amortized, that means you make the same payment for 30 years and your loan's paid off. But what happens is on the first half of the loan, you pay more interest versus your principal. And as the years go by, those two switch positions and you're paying more principal than you are interest. So depending on how much you owe and how much time you have left on your loan, an interest-only refinance might not make sense, or might make a lot of sense and save you a lot of money. The other, I said two types of refinances. The other type of refinance is what's known as a cash out refinance. And what that is again, you're going to lock a new loan in for 30 years. However, in the process, you're going to actually get money back from the bank. So let's say you own a house that's worth $500,000. You owe $100,000 left. That means you have $400,000 of hypothetical equity. Most lenders will allow you to reborrow up to 75% of the appraised value. So in this case, that would be roughly $400,000, just under $400,000. So you would get a new loan for, let's say, $380,000 at a new interest rate, which gets extended again over 30 years, but you get to pull out $280,000 worth of your equity. And why would somebody do that? Aren't you supposed to pay your house off? Well, yes and no. In certain scenarios, you can pull money out, and especially if you're lowering your interest rate and pulling money out, that net payment to you might be pretty similar to what you're paying now, but also what it does is allows you to leverage that money and reallocate it to maybe buying another house. Again, I talk about it a lot in the videos about why I'm a big believer in real estate is you can leverage your asset. So again, regular number one refinance is interest only, just lowering your interest rate and re-extending your loan over 30 years. And then the second one would be a cash out refinance where you pull money out. I'll say disclaimer, usually I don't like to suggest people doing cash out refis unless you're reallocating those funds to reinvesting into real estate. Obviously, when you pull that money out, you get that, in our scenario, $280,000. You get a check or a wire at the end of escrow and can spend that money however you like. But we like to see you get those houses paid off, and that way you get a passive source of income. Or like I said, reallocate that $280,000 and maybe buy one or two more properties. So anyways, again, just a quick video on what a refinance is and a couple different options. Hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions about how that might look for your real estate portfolio and if a refinance is potentially a good thing to do in your situation, follow the links below and reach out to us. We'd love to answer your questions. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this week's episode of O.C Realtor Talk. If you gained any value from this video, we'd really appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and followed us on all our social media platforms.
Yeah, what Jason and I believe is really important for you, whether you're buying a house or selling a house, is understanding the process and knowing exactly what you're getting into. So if you ever have any questions, just follow the links below and we'll get you those answers.